The Campark TC18 is a 4G cellular trail camera with live view and a 360-degree field of view. It's pan and tilt. It's controlled via the app. Camera comes with a built-in 8,000 milliampere battery that can be charged using the included solar panel. 2K HD video both day and night. Night vision range is up to 32 feet, capable of 2 night modes, one being infrared night vision and the other is a white light that will capture color night vision video. This isn't your typical trail camera, so let's take a look. Hey guys, welcome to Jase Outdoors. I am Jase. Before we get into the unboxing, real quick, just a disclaimer, I'm not being paid by Campark. They sent me this trail camera to just give my honest feedback, and that's what I intend on doing. So let's just jump right into the box. It comes with a SIM card positioning sticker when you go to mount this on the side of your house, a solar panel, the mounting bracket, a fixed installation mounting bracket, a strap if you don't want to use a mounting bracket, USB-C cable, all your mounting screws, and the camera itself. And that's everything that comes in the box. The next thing you're going to want to do is download and install the app, create an account with Campark, insert your SD card. It's the micro SD card. It does not come with one. Again, it does come with the SIM card. There is a little barcode on here that you can scan to download the app. The battery is built in, so no need for batteries on this. You will charge it. The charging port is right here on the back bracket. You have to pull up this little rubber tab right here and you can charge it from there. So give it a good charge before you stick it out into the woods and then attach your solar panel to it, and hopefully it'll just continue to run. Make sure you take off this little covering here over the sensor. To install your micro SD card and your SIM card, there's a little rubber tab right here. You're going to flip that up. I have a very hard time getting my fingers in there. So some SIM card providers give you this little push pin here that just seems to work handy. It just allows me to get it in there and open that up. And then you have your little slots here. And then this is also where you're going to turn the camera on and off, this little button here. And this one here is a reset button. Make sure that's closed properly. We're going to take this thing outside and just really give it a test, see what it can do as far as the sensitivity of it, what the pictures look like, the image quality, and just the functionality of it. So let's go on outside. So after the unboxing, I ended up hanging this camera on a tree overlooking a small food plot, and it's now been 5 months later. It's been so long that the sun has faded the camera quite a bit. I've changed my studio background since then, and a bear had broke both of my antennas off the camera. It made it through some very harsh cold weather days, all the way through 90-degree weather days, and I've had no issues with the battery staying charged as long as that solar panel is getting direct sunlight. This trigger speed is exceptionally good on this camera. It surprised me several times, but the motion sensor distance, it gets you about 17 yards, 16, 17 yards, somewhere in there. So it's not exceptionally long, but it misses very little when it's in that range. The night vision on this is not anything really to write home about, but it's good enough. And the daytime pictures are really good, but the ability to be able to log in and look live is just, it makes it so fun, I think, having it over a food plot when you can kind of look around. And sometimes I found myself just sitting there watching just to see where the deer would enter, because at this point you could see a deer, 30, 40 yards away where the motion sensor is never going to pick it up. So you could kind of just sit there and watch it. I feel like these work exceptionally well over a food plot. So I'll just go over the app, how that works real quick, just to give you an idea. It's Yukon on the display screen, and it gives you your list of cameras. So you're going to pick the camera that you have set out or that you want to see. It just typically shows like the last image it had received. So you just click on that camera, and it takes a little bit to log in here. And this is a live view, and then down below it it'll show all the activity that it detected throughout the day. And one thing that I learned where I was really confused for a while, I actually had to write the company and ask. A lot of times I was getting just a photo sent to me when I had the camera set in video mode, and I learned that where I had the camera, I had very little reception. So a lot of times when it cannot send the full video through the app, it'll send a picture. So I thought that was better than nothing, because I get it. I have trouble with a lot of cameras in this spot because the reception is just not very good, and a lot of times I just don't get anything. So it at least still sends you a photo, so you at least know what triggered the camera. I thought that was pretty cool. So again, this is a live look, and then down here on the bottom left of your frame is a little control panel. It pulls up a bigger one, and then from here you can just push the button, and you can see in live time there's a little bit of a delay, but you can control the speed right here on the right hand side of how fast you want that to turn. Now I find that when you're in a low reception area, it doesn't always turn, and you don't see it turn, but it ends up turning it later, and I've been in some weird positions already. So I have moved it since then. I have a pretty good reception where it's at right now. You can kind of see where it says 4G, and then of course you can tilt pan up and down, and you just kind of have to predict where it's going to be. It's because of the delay. Then you can go into your settings panel here. You can flip the image, SD memory card. So you can have these go to a cloud, but it costs you a little bit more money. I haven't used it. I think in the very beginning with that SIM card, there's 7 days with all that included, so you can at least test it out. Everything is basically pulled from the SD card. You have a scene mode. I just leave it on normal. There is a night mode. Activity detection, I kept it on low for most of the part, because any moving branches, like the thing was going off like crazy. So I kept that on low, and I don't seem to have much problem. Over a food plot, when it's just nice and open, you don't have any issues. Just moving down through here, record duration is very nice. So at least once it's triggered, it'll record for 5 up to 30 seconds. As long as, once it detects it, it's going to go that much longer. A lot of times I like that, where these cameras, keep recording as long as it detects motion, but a lot of times something will stop and it just stands there, and it's like camera shuts off. So you can at least set it to how long you want it to keep recording afterwards. Then there's the LED indicator. Probably want to turn that off, because when you're in front of it, it will turn. There's a little light on there. It turns red. Not anything sees it, or it's not a big deal. But if you're using this more for security reasons, you probably want to just turn that off. And then down at the bottom is just your device info, and then you want to make sure you update your firmware often. And if we go back, you can talk through this camera. So you click the microphone, and it's not available because I'm doing something else. You can switch from photo to video, and then down here on the right hand side, you can see it went from cloud to TF. So you want to make sure, I got burned by this in the beginning. I didn't realize it was on cloud, and I didn't pay for the cloud, so I wasn't getting anything in my feed. You want to make sure that that's on that little SD card looking icon there. And down here on the bottom, you can zoom in and out of your image. It's pretty quick. It's a digital zoom, so you're not really zooming in optically, but you can kind of just get a better sense of what's there if you have to look out far away. Like if I pan over to this side, that's the edge of my food plot. As you can see, I sprayed it, and then way up here, a lot of times they'll come out on that top corner there, so I can just kind of zoom in and just watch up in there. It gets a little pixelated, but you can certainly tell if there's deer there. And that's basically about it. I mean, there's not a whole lot. Up top, there's the HD button and SD for standard definition and high definition. I mean, certainly would want to leave that on HD. does use more of your plan. And then just to give you an idea of the plans, when you go in to purchase your cellular plan, it gives you all these options. So basically I'm running this, you get 300 megs for almost $6 a month. It's not terrible. There is a yearly package on here too. It's like almost 250 bucks, but it includes the cloud and all that. I just go month by month. And one thing that's really nice from a recent firmware update is now on the push notifications, well, at least on Android, I'm not sure about iPhones, when you get that notification of what triggered the camera, it shows a still image in that notification just on my phone. Like, it just pops up and I can just see what triggered the camera. So now if it's like nothing there, or if it was a branch or whatever, and the image is blank, I don't need to go in and watch that footage. But if it's something that, I recognize there's a buck in there or something, and it's like, you go in and you can watch the full video. So I love the push notifications on this. It just saves so much time of going in and watching unnecessary videos of nothing, a rabbit that went through or something, a squirrel. So it kind of saves you some of your plan that way, which is probably why I've really never used up my whole plan. And then once you go back in, to view from that day, it keeps everything day by day, and it stores them on a micro SD card if you choose to put that in there, and it labels everything by day. So if you know exactly what date you're looking for, you just go in and there's a folder in there day by day. But in your app, it stores everything. And just to give you an idea, so network wake up is what I literally just did. So it records when you log in and look live, which is pretty cool. And then, like, if you scroll down, this was earlier today, I had walked by up there. It takes a few seconds for that to actually play. As you can see, it shows it loading down here at the bottom. And then this is earlier today, I walked by to check the food plot. So it takes a few seconds to get in there and actually view the videos, which is probably why I love that push notification where it just sends the image, and it saves a lot of time of not logging in and watching unnecessary stuff. That's basically about it. If you guys have any questions, please feel free to ask in the comment section below. Check for any links if you're interested in purchasing this camera. I will post them down there, and I really appreciate you guys taking the time to watch this video. I hope it helped.